Symbols are real. This much I know. If you look closely at any of Guillermo del Toro's films, you'll notice that his attention to detail doesn't stop at the design of the monsters. The humans walk with suitcases or bundles of books or folders with photos. The devil carries a cross, and his girlfriend wears one too. Del Toro said that he has some fetishes for certain objects and certain things. The ones he explores most have to do with time. The obsession is front and center in two movies that explore how these objects reflect their characters. This is the shot that introduces the villainous captain of Pan's Labyrinth. This is where the hero of Kronos works. Here is where the captain sleeps. And here is where Jesus fights for immortality. In both movies, clocks symbolize the quest for eternal life. The captain wants to achieve immortality through remembrance, by dying in the battlefield like his father, leaving the same legacy to his son. In Kronos, Jesus wants to achieve it, well, through not dying. In this shot, he literally holds on to time while fighting for eternal life. We're all prisoners of time, but within its constraints, Del Toro advocates for choice.
¿Te gusta?
Jesus eventually forgoes the dream of eternal life by destroying the object that could bring it. The captain, however, is doomed because he holds on to the memory of his fascist father till the very end. If you're trying to separate villains and heroes in the work of Del Toro, you need only to look at the relationship between the characters and the objects they hold dear. In Crimson Peak, the villain inherits a ring from her mother, and the hero, she keeps a pen she got from her father. The difference here is what they symbolize. The ring is a dreadful token of the past. If you pay attention, the story of how Lucille acquired it is told by the ghost of the mother. The object is a reminder of a traumatizing childhood.
Mother, she looks quite horrible.
The pen, however, was a loving gift.
It's beautiful.
Edith's father was trying to encourage her passion for writing. She shuns it at first because it represents the perceived frailty of her gender.
He told me it needed a love story.
Writing is at her core, so she's elated when it is complimented.
Really?
And crushed when it is disparaged.
Well, in fact, you only seem to know what other writers tell you.
That's enough!
The pen, along with her writing, are missing for most of the movie. But in the final act, it's through that token that she rediscovers strength in her father's memory and herself.
Lovely handwriting, nice confident loops.
Lucille's relationship with the ring and the memory of her mother will never change, and so her fate is sealed. Del Toro says that if you have a really great relationship with an object, if something happens to it, it's part of the story. Hellboy carries part of his story on the forehead, the other on the forearm. The cross he inherited from his earthly father, the horns from his hellish maker. His is a tale of choice, and the two options he carries with him.
Remember who you are!
The association between characters and objects can be more subtle. For example, a director can connect a girl with a piece of chalk, or a woman and her leg. By linking one and the other, he joins them in a way that when something happens to it, you instinctively learn its meaning. Del Toro believes that you have to imbue things that surround you with power, that it's really important in your life to have talismans. In The Devil's Backbone, he explores how two very similar characters can grow in opposite directions because of how they connect with objects. Jacinto is the one at the front, and Jaime is lurking in his shadows. Jacinto is the villain, and Jaime, he's ready to follow in his footsteps. But this is where they differ. For Jacinto, the value of the objects lies in their worth. Gold means riches, and a broken radio, nothing at all. In this sequence, Del Toro cuts from one's violence towards an object to the other's careful touch. One is a materialist, while the other is an artist. The younger orphan learns that objects have only the power you lend them, so the old wrapping of a cigar becomes the most valuable of rings.
Señorita. Jaime. Mire, es que me he encontrado esto. Y pensé que le gustaría.
If you give it power, even a coffee bean can change its meaning.
Granito de fuerza, un granito de fuerza.
It becomes a symbol.
Un granito de fuerza. No te tengo miedo.
Symbols have power. The things that you surround yourself with are more than objects. They are living, breathing memories. In this scene, Jacinto looks to the only picture of his early childhood and says, "That's me. It doesn't look like me because I moved. That's why I'm blurry." What that symbol is saying to us is that he has no real connection with the past, and so he has no sense of who he is. You can choose to surround yourself with tokens of the past, or carry them with you. You can use them to build grudges or stiffen up your heart, but you can likewise reshape them into a tool for salvation. What you can never do is ignore them, because the past you carry with you is never dead. It's not even past.